Hi, it's Art, short for Artemy, and you can find me at CUArtist pretty much everywhere. There is currently some hellish construction going on my street, so I apologize if there's some background noise. It is nowhere near as bad as it was on Friday when they were digging up all of the pavement. But unfortunately, I don't think there's really going to be another option for recording. So, today I wanted to chat about, upkeeping your methods of doing things. I believe I've mentioned, every couple months kind of going back to the outline of your work and, just checking over if you still agree with the direction it's going. But I also recently realized that kind of needs to be done for the actual process of comic making itself, too. As well as just kind of, anything in your life, it's good to check in periodically and see if it makes sense. But I am gonna talk about comic-specific versions of that. So I have been trying to kind of make sure that my coloring of flats is going as fast as it possibly can. And I definitely have not learned all of the little tips and tricks from Clip Studio Paint. So I am trying to find videos to help with that. But the problem is a lot of videos of flat coloring are just have your lines fully closed, and I'm not super willing to compromise on that because I just like the looseness of my lines. I think it is a lot more pleasant to draw that way, and I don't like the look of fully closed lines a lot of the time. It's not my thing. I tried to use a tool. I will link it in the description because I do think it is very helpful, just not necessarily for me, and you will see me trying to use that in some upcoming videos. And I do think it has some uses, and if I try to have the lines a little bit more nice, it might work. It is called the close and fill tool or something, and I definitely see its value, just not with the line art I currently have, at the very least. So yeah, just trying to just double check that I am up to date in all of my knowledge of the program I'm using kind of regularly. Because I had already downloaded that tool from the Clip Studio Paint store thing. It's free, but I completely forgot what it was until I was looking at a video of how to quickly color. So that was nice. Another thing that I realized recently is that I really was not using a lot of the buttons on the side of my tablet, and there were things that I was doing frequently enough that it warranted using one of the shortcut buttons. I was using 3 out of the 8 buttons on the side of my tablet, and only 1 out of the 2 buttons on my pen. And some of the buttons that I wanted to be using, I had already programmed in when I had gotten the tablet. I just hadn't worked through my comic process yet. So I didn't really know what I was going to be using, and I also didn't know where would be the most convenient for it to be, since I had not had a tablet with the buttons ever before. So I, the other day, updated the placement of the buttons that I was actually using, and I just left the other ones blank until I find something that they will actually be useful for. Yeah, so just kind of every once in a while, kind of realizing, oh, what am I already doing, and how can I make those things work better for myself? Since my line art is so loose, one of the things I have been using a lot recently is invert selection. I duplicate my line art and make it a different color that I'll just use as the base, and then fill in all of the gaps of the line art, and then just select outside of it and invert the selection to quickly cover it all in. But I was going into select, invert selection every single time, and it was just a little bit annoying, and so I set that as one of my new buttons, and then realized I did already have a button set to that, and just hadn't been using it at all because it had been so long since I set up the tablet. I am continuing to try and solidify the coloring method that I am using, just to try and just keep it moving quicker, and I think that is something that I will continually be doing. Always trying to hone the process to be a little bit more efficient, and also what I want it to look like. That is all I have for today. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you tomorrow.